Right. What is that Funko Pop you've got in the back?
Oh, Jesus, you didn't even hear that?
No, so yeah, I see that one's Mystique. What's the other one, the big one?
Oh, that's Wolverine.
Oh,
I want to bring out my Funkos. Power Rangers, obviously. Why not? You have to get Zach the Black. I mean, he's the only one I've got.
My girlfriend's got
this right now.
Hilarious.
That's the thing.
Can we get started now?
Yes, let us begin, please.
I'm going to hit record now.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm recording. Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Alright, so I think birthday girl should start this.
Yeah, birthday girl. Happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Yes, happy birthday celebration.
Our first dasourcewall with you on your birthday. Fresh out of Comic-Con a week later.
Amazing. Hi, I'm the Phantom Specialist from dasourcewall. This is Choco Cat, my sidekick of all things. And yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. What's happening? Am I just introducing myself? Is this what I'm doing? Yeah, okay, I'm the Phantom Specialist. This is Choco Cat. This is dasourcewall first ever podcast about everything geekish and amazingness. Yeah. Who's this person down here? That one.
Who's that?
Who is that?
It's you.
No, that's
Is that
you.
me?
It's you, my dude.
That's Josh.
On my computer, it's you.
Is everyone
okay.
different?
Yeah, I think so.
I swear you can move them though.
Yeah, you can.
Is it?
I just got you lot in a line. I don't know. Let's not talk about what this configuration is because that's not it.
I'm Rich. We read comics. Yeah, that's me. And yeah, welcome to the podcast, our first podcast.
Oh yeah.
Issue 1.
Issue
Let's
1.
not forget that.
Yeah.
Issue 0, we should call it.
Issue
zero. Remember the comic before the comic?
Yeah. You know, because this one is all the crappy one. We're going to get about 4 views. And then down the line, we're like episode 100 and it's in some studio or some shit.
There you go. That's all
yeah, remember episode 0?
Can I preemptively say to the people that are got it, those 4 people that are listening, thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate
Really
you.
appreciate
Thank you. I'm going to have to take off. Oh, no. I was going to say I have to take off all the 4 people that actually listen to it. And when it has 4 views, and then I realised there's 4 of us, so then it was probably us. So thank you.
The other 4 people.
That's how you support your shit.
Okay, yeah, the other 4. That's not a Google bot or whatever.
Who's this person?
The ways I'm the outlaw Red Hood of dasourcewall. Hopefully you can't see my face because then that's how it's going to stay. But welcome to everything geek, anime, video games, comic books. What else do we do? That one episode of The Flash that we'll probably end up talking about.
Yeah.
Probably just a one episode. It's gone downhill now, man.
Well, I was going to say that one episode, I was like, I haven't watched the yesterday's one.
I haven't watched it either. It's all good, man. I was at home and I was like,
usually I watch them straight away, but yeah.
I don't know about this episode, man.
I don't know about this season, to be honest. This season,
Yeah.
I was just like,
Very
you know what?
slow.
It's
Yeah. Wait. We'll get to the Flash.
Yeah.
I haven't done my introduction.
Yes.
Yeah, well, my Star Wars t-shirts, I could go, actually, no spoilers. I'll save that for another time. Right. I'm just Josh. Literally, it's just me. Just Josh. That's it, really. I'm not going to do some long intro. I like stuff. I like Power Rangers and Super Sentai. That's like my flex.
He does.
And yeah, I'm a DC fanboy.
yes, sir.
You know, DC's doing it right. DC's doing it right. Marvel will get...
Allow Marvel, man. Allow Marvel.
Do you know what? Yeah. DC is doing it so right. The Brian Michael Ben is had to jump
It's
ship.
so hard right
He's a
now.
traitor. He's a traitor.
Wait. Are we talking about that now, though? Or are we still introducing it? That's a segue and a half, man.
Yeah, segue.
BMB.
Should we go into how we got into this? Like how we got into Isha, how did you get into all things geekery?
My dad got me into it. Like, he's a big, massive geek. And, like, I used to read all of his old school comics, like, from, like, 1990-something, when they were, like, 5p. So, like, I've got all the original, like, old school Hulks and Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet, all that shit. He was, like, a big Warlock fan.
Right.
So, I used to read all of his comics and then would go to the movies and watch movies. So that's how I got into everything. And then I found my own passion and love for comics and anime and now cosplay once I get money and and anything cutesy, weird. I like death shit. So anything death, I'm in it. I'm in that all the way in.
Yeah, death.
Like, death.
How about you? How did you get into this?
Keep doing this pointing like we've
I know, that's
seen.
I want to point, okay? I like pointing. Got my nails done today. I want to point.
Is that Red Josh or we read comics?
Go on, drop it.
Alright, so yeah, basically the first memory I remember of me liking anything geek was having a soap bar of Spider-Man. Not a soap bar, but a soap
That bubble bar thing.
Yeah, bubble bar thing. That's the earliest memory, and I used to play with that. Obviously started watching the 60s cartoon, the reruns of that anyway. I'm not that old.
Yeah. Thanks.
Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Then it to like Batman animated and Spider-Man animated cartoons.
Yep.
And then I think I started reading comics in about 95, 96. I used to live in Brixton. We used to have a little shop there, and they would sell like 3 or 4 different comics on the racks, and I used to just pick up my comics from there. Then found out about the comic shops down in Soho, West End. Started getting comics down there, and yes, from there it just grew and grew.
Yay!
Yes, loads of.
Yeah, there's bubble.
Yeah.
And now I know what to get you for Christmas is to find you like a Spider-Man bubble bath or something.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's it. Christmas list done. What's next?
They still got those. I see them still.
They do.
But it's like an action figure though. It's not an action figure, but it's just stiff. Imagine playing with that like for God knows how long I played for that for. Played with it for. But
Someone came to this conversation at this point, it would be very different to what we're actually talking about. But yeah, that sounds good.
Next.
Okay, who's next? You go.
You actually down on my screen.
Red Hood.
I'll go next.
You go.
Right,
Go on.
what's my earliest thing? I actually can't remember what my earliest thing is. I remember back in the day on Sky One, Hour of Power. No, not Hour of Power. There was Hour of Power and DJ Cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hour
DJ
of Power. Yeah. And I can't remember if it actually came on Sky One. It was another channel, and I just switched to Sky One because obviously Transformers was on. Some other stuff was on. Power Rangers. And Batman 66. For me, when I was little, I didn't clock all the like campiness or whatever. I was just like, it's Batman. I was like, shit, like, how's he gonna get out of that shit, man? Oh, tuners, that. And sometimes it would play for ages. Like I remember watching Batman the movie with the whole fucking, shark repellent, bat shark repellent, and all that shit. And I had obviously watched Batman the animated series, like Batman stuff. I was on it, and X-Men. Like when I started reading comics, it was X-Men. DJ Cat fam. You know, I sent a letter to that and it never got read out. I was very upset. And I always called up to try and be on the game. Up, left, right, left.
Oh, yeah. I remember that game.
Yeah, bro.
Didn't you used to have to press it on the did you have to press it on the dial-up?
Yeah,
sometimes they had it on the phone thing, because there was different ones. There was like Live and Kicking, SMTV, and all that shit.
SMTV was my shit. Yeah.
Sam Jackson.
You're dumb. That was just like the best game ever.
So yeah,
that's 9:25 every Saturday because I wasn't a Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
Anyone who watched it would get that reference.
Yeah. Earlier than that. Even earlier than that. There was something else on before it, but I can't remember what that was. But yeah, that's mostly what I remember. That, and then obviously like Power Rangers. And I remember watching Star Wars when I was little, but I don't like remember it. I remember bits from it, like, you know, Vader versus Luke, I am your father, blah blah blah. It used to go on ITV
ITV every Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just remember like little bits and bobs, and then X-Men's when I started comics, and then I started reading like Spider-Man as well, and then because all those cartoons were like kind of on at the same time, like Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman the animated series, Superman, and all that or whatever. And then, but proper, I was like, when I was younger, Marvel comics, I was reading like just bare Marvel comics, Spider-Man, the whole Clone Saga, everything. Even though now it seems like a bit thing. Like back then, I was like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Even though it was like an episode of Dragon Ball Z when it goes 3 minutes until the planet explodes, and then it's like 5 weeks later, and you're still waiting. That's what Clone Saga was like. But,
did you used to read the Astonishing Spider-Man? Do you remember that? That's what I used to get at a shop. The Astonishing.
Yeah, the one that was at the newsagent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it used to be like a collection of them.
Yeah.
Like what was it? It was Amazing Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man. I think it had collections of.
Spider-Man.
Those are the UK prints, though, innit?
I think so.
I like it. They have them hard covers on the front.
Yeah.
Whatever. I like that.
They're a bitch now because they can't fit in my bloody long boxes now.
You need to make like classic comic book long boxes.
Yeah.
There you go. Idea.
I bet you can find one. The internet exists, man.
Wow.
The internet exists.
Wow. Red Hood.
Think it and it will be there. Imagine it and it will be there.
Indeed.
I'm straight doing it now. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it is.
You want to know about me now?
Yeah, go for it. No, I don't actually. I've had enough of it. Going home.
I'm just going to walk out.
I just remembered I'm already home. So there's no point in going anywhere. In fact, I do have some crackers over there. You know what I mean?
Red Hood talk.
Anyways.
Yes.
Earliest memory.
No product placement.
Sponsors, man, sponsors.
Mm-hmm. And we need those sponsors, like those certain websites where you can buy things, you can sell things, like what Josh was saying. Anyways, earliest memory. I used to love the Adam West, rest in peace.
Adam West.
Batman series. Like I love that. I remember, and then Batman came out, like the first Michael Keaton one came out, and I remember I would literally tie a towel around my neck and do the scene where he would jump from the roof into the.
Oh yeah, I remember do that.
The noise, I would always go. That was the noise of me. And then, so those my. And then I remember, obviously, pretty much grew up with We Read Comics. You come over, it's like, this is new cartoon. I recorded this morning. It would be like X-Men. And then the 90s Spider-Man. We would literally watch that, and he would literally come around every week. And I got more into
every day, innit?
Huh?
Every day I was writing you guys.
Yeah, it's true. Then you would like come around with your comic books that you started buying. So I would literally sit there and before I could read, look through the pictures, thinking this is sick. And then obviously when I could read, I started reading what ones I could, and then comic books weren't as available, so again, I would start going to the newsagents and picking up whatever random comic. I had no idea what was going on in the story because I was too young to understand it, but I just knew I liked reading it.
Yeah.
And then my mum obviously started noticing that I liked these things. She used to take us to like East Street Market and buy me and my brother like these £1. Remember when like DC and that superhero toys were like £1? Buy us like a figure from the old days.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Like so I remember one time Anton was sick. My brother was sick from school. Came home, he had Green Lantern. I was like, why have you got that and I don't? Anyway.
Then you were sick the next day, right?
Huh?
Then you were sick the next day.
Yeah.
Yes. And like then my mum would always give me like, they do the annuals for like what happened for the year in comic books or whatever, so that you get the annuals. And then I got older obviously and I liked the Fantastic Four cartoons and the Hulk and then all of that, and I got older, I discovered Forbidden Planet. I was in and out of there like
it's like a rite of passage.
Yeah. Here I am now, growing up, I'm cosplaying, have been for like I suppose since 2015, so about 3 years is that?
Oh, yeah.
16, 17.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah. And I live for this shit.
I'm about this life, bitch.
I'm about this life. Not even just the DC comics as well. I'll tell you about all those like the GoBots and the Transformers and robots. We were talking about this before when we did our first meet. What was the dude with the horse again? The talking horse.
Was it Bravestar?
Yeah.
Was it Bravestar?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone listening who's of age will know what I'm talking about. As for you youngsters, look it up. Google it. Google that shit. It was a good cartoon. Wow. I'm still watching The Tick. I got The Tick on DVD.
Oh my fucking god! I love The Tick.
Yeah, I'm watching that. I'm watching that one. That's pretty good, you know.
But I liked it.
I haven't watched the pilot, but I was disappointed because I don't think Chairface Chippendale was in it. So I was like, oh.
Did you like Freakazoid?
Huh?
Did you like Freakazoid?
Oh, I love Freakazoid. I still got some of the toys.
Oh my god, Freakazoid.
Freakazoid was. I remember one episode. He was like he was like in an alley, and he looks through this alley, and Batman was just standing there like, in his eyes like,
best man. He's like the PG-13 Deadpool.
Yeah. No, I love.
Or when you got into an argument with the Animaniacs and one of the other ones saying Steven Spielberg likes us better. No, he likes us better. And then they went to Steven Spielberg and he's like, "Who are you guys?" Always remember that episode. No, I think so.
You remember it better than me, boy.
Hey, like I said, I remember my cartoons. Again, like Rich said. I used to watch Spider-Man and My Amazing Friends and the classic Spider-Man. What was that, 1960?
Yeah. That was 1960s.
I remember, that live-action Spider-Man when it came.
No, that was 80. Was that 80? No, that was the old classic 60s because it came out in the 60s and then the 80s, didn't it? But I think the 80s one was Amazing Friends.
Yeah, the 80s one was Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. That was supposed to be, the girl was actually supposed to be, was it in Firestar?
Yeah, Firestar.
Trivia, that was supposed to be the Human Torch, but they couldn't, there was a reason why they couldn't use the Human Torch, so they made up Firestar.
They didn't want, they didn't want kids to set themselves on fire. That's why.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I'm sure that's the thing.
Yeah.
In the Fantastic Four cartoon, they didn't have him in there either. They had Herbie. Do you remember Herbie the robot?
The little robot.
Oh yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, we as 90s babies, we were all about doing shit. Like we were like, no, if we see fire on TV, we're gonna make that shit. I'm gonna make webbing. I'm gonna make a hoverboard. Yeah. What, like, out of all the cartoons that you watched, like TV show cartoons, which one did you?
X-Men.
Batman animated series. X-Men. Batman animated series, hands down. For me, that's the one. It's just
I literally have a trio.
Okay.
It has to be Batman the animated series, X-Men, and Spider-Man the 90s cartoon. But I can't pick because every time I watch one, I'm like, oh, I love this, but I love this better. But I can't pick.
Yeah.
No, but do you know what? Yeah, that would still be my top three, even though I'm cheating with Batman because I would connect it to all the rest of the DC animated universe.
Justice League.
Because, Justice League, Static, Superman. It just because it worked, it flowed. It connected universe before we got all this stuff, universe, and it works.
And what was your guilty pleasure? Like, actually,
Spider-Man. No, Spider-Man. I can't forgive.
What?
Can't forgive Spider-Man.
yeah. What was your guilty pleasure? Like, out of all the cartoons you watched from, like,
and then thinking that it's going to be next to the beginning.
But they did a sequel series. It was just rubbish though.
That was when he went to
Space.
Counter Earth.
Counter Earth, Spider-Man Unlimited.
Yeah.
Where he stole that tech from Reed Richards, I think it was, and he had that nano Spider-Man.
I hated that show. It only lasted like 12 episodes, but
Yeah, no, it was rubbish. I ain't trying to promote that shit. It was crap.
I was like, let's go and find Mary Jane, please.
Have you
Please,
lot?
that burns me to this day. Years of thinking it was going to be the next episode. There wasn't no fucking internet. It was internet, but no one had that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Do you know why that show got cancelled?
why?
Pokemon became huge in '96, and they couldn't get the channels couldn't get the funding to get like to make more
I heard
X-Men.
it was a budget thing.
It's racist.
Yeah, to make more Spider-Mans. Everyone was into these Japanese little pocket monsters, which I
Always dumb, because that Spider-Man, I remember reading that like it was bare over budget.
yeah.
And they had to like cut stuff. The reason why I liked it is because in those ones they followed the stories from the comics.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know,
They all did that back in the day.
That's because they're smart. Now people don't follow the comics. Comics are blueprints, and then people are squeeing off into like different realms, and that's why we have X-Men film. That's what I have to say.
Have you not watched the new Spider-Man cartoon, the one that's out? Like not Ultimate Spider-Man,
Only a
but the new.
couple.
No, the new one.
episodes.
Yeah, it's going so
I've
fast.
seen
The
it.
pacing.
I haven't caught up with it,
so
to be honest.
fast. They already got Miles Morales as a Spider-Man. They've got Arana. She's blatantly going to be a Spider-Girl. And then they've got Gwen Stacy. They're blatantly going to be like 4 Spider people. And I'm like, you're going way too fast. He's already had the symbiote. He's already had that. I'm like,
Already.
12 episodes.
Yeah,
Even done.
season one, why they try and get through fast, because they do a lot of these Spider-Man series. Like, what is this, like the 4th one in like 6 or 7 years?
Yeah, son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot.
But is it?
I don't remember keep track of all the names of them. I get them mixed up because there's too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
The thing about it, when we was watching it, Venom didn't come in until after season 1. Wasn't that the cliffhanger?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
That was a cliffhanger, I think, when he was coming in.
That's because
So,
people
but this
told
one now,
good
it's just
stories,
too quick.
like-
Everyone's coming in and out.
Yeah, everybody told good stories back in the day. Like, it was fleshed
It's
out.
like-
You invested in who you invested in, whether it was Mary Jane or Spider-Man or fucking Black Cat, whatever. You had your characters, and then they dropped nice bombshells in there.
Mid
Now
teasers,
everything's
yeah.
a bombshell, and you're just like, no.
It's like my brother was saying, it's like they're too scared to like take their time, so they feel like they have to get everything out. They don't want to. They don't want to pay. Just want it all out now. Just say, hey, we had this many episodes. We've got this many characters in. Has anybody watched the 94 Spider-Man recently?
Not recent, no.
I watched it a few months back, and there's a lot of love in that show. Like everyone falls in love like that.
Oh yeah.
I
I thought he was gonna get with what's her name from his science lab from the first episode, the lizard, and she was Deborah Whitman. That's it.
Whitman.
Yeah.
That's too far.
Flash and Deborah. Then we had Flash and Black Cat, whatever her name was. I forgot her name. We had
Felicia Hardy.
Spider-Man.
There you go.
Yeah, Felicia Hardy. We had Peter Parker and Felicia Hardy. We had Peter Parker and Mary Jane. We had Spider-Man and Black Cat. We
Spider-Man
had
a bit of a
Blade
fuckboy. I
and
just
Peter
realised.
Player. Motherfucker.
we had Blade and Terry Lee. We had Morbius and Felicia. We had Deborah and Morbius.
I feel like they need to start doing the Real Housewives of fucking Marvel, because it's a bit much.
Seriously, like watch it as an adult, and you're like, everybody falls in love like it's just a disease. Oh my days! Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah,
It has no relevance to anything. It's just something I noticed.
it's fine.
Observation.
It's a good observation. It is. Yeah. When you're in peril, just fuck everybody in your radius, basically. Yeah. Not good.
It gets you there. So
Rolling.
Yeah.
Subject new Prosuno, whatever that was.
What?
Life DJ, guide us in this time of need.
So we want to talk about
yeah, we do.
news.
News.
Newsy.
This
Yes.
just in yesterday. Hang on a sec. Should we get the meme? Hang on a sec.
Oh. That's a good one.
Wait. Online memes. Wait. Got it.
Get your meme. Get your meme out, babe.
For
Flash
you,
it.
those who are watching it, hang on. Can we see it? Oh, we can't see it.
Oh, really?
Come close,
Wait, there
we
you
can
go.
see it. You traitor. You
I
traitor.
was busted up when I saw that.
It's not good.
Look, yeah,
So-
man's obviously not feeling how things is going in.
Alright, so for the people who are not on video, it's Brian Michael Bendis leaving Marvel to go to DC.
What?
So
Don't even like to say it, man. Just wait.
do you know what? I think this is just bad. I think it looks like it's bad for Marvel.
He knows something.
No, because what's his name? Jesus, my memory's bad.
Google.
This is what I'm
Yeah,
taking.
Google.
We need to take notes.
Google. I think it's just why it's not like he can improve DC in any way. I mean, no shade.
Yeah, but you want to be where the best shit's going down, innit?
What best shit?
you know
what
what?
shit is what
Look,
shit
yeah,
is
as
best?
far as I'm
pretty good at the moment.
concerned, for a while, Marvel's not been cutting it. They've been trying to
No.
do all these big events or whatever.
Okay.
Too much stuff, not connecting all the different titles correctly, and it's just like a
Some of that is
mismatch.
Brian Michael Bendis' fault.
Yeah, he doesn't care about continuity.
He doesn't.
At all.
I was
Maybe it's a
reading
good thing he's
Jessica
leaving
Jones,
it.
I was reading Defenders, I was reading Luke Cage, Power Man and Iron Fist, sorry, and in Power Man and Iron Fist is like Luke Cage is with Jessica Jones, and then you're reading Jessica Jones and they're not together, and then months later in issues, for some reason Luke Cage and Jessica Jones aren't together, and you're like, well, why aren't they? And then when you find out they're like two different reasons, I'm like, what is this man doing? And even in the Defenders, although I'm enjoying the Defenders, it's like I'm not sure what they're doing. They sometimes they're affectionate, and other times they're not. I'm like, what is going on with these two?
Okay.
Just
Then maybe it's a good thing
basic
he's leaving.
continuity, please.
Maybe he
Last
should,
time I heard they weren't together.
They weren't together.
Yeah, you told me that actually.
See,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
exactly
but that's what I'm
my
saying.
point.
I'm reading these. I'm reading
You
these
don't know
three
what's
different
going on.
comics.
Okay,
Whereas
but
him
do you-
or not, that shit's happening at Marvel.
But
And
do you
if
really
he's
think
leaving
that's a
and if
good
his
thing to
Marvel
then
get
take
better,
to
then
DC?
Good for Marvel. You know what I'm saying?
Do you really
I
think that's
don't
a
know
good
if it's
thing to
that
take to
Marvel-
DC now?
Huh?
This incontinuity, do you really think it's a good thing to be taken to DC? Because DC got some problems.
That's what I was gonna say. That was the point I was gonna make. I don't want him to go to DC and put Dick Grayson with Barbara Gordon, but then in another comic, Barbara Gordon is with. I swear she's got a love interest in her comic right now. I don't know. I'm way behind in Batgirl, but I don't want him to mess up the continuity of DC. Do you know what I mean?
Continuity
DC
is
has
a bit messed up in DC anyway at the
I
moment.
was just about to say they have enough problems without adding Brian Michael Bendis to the equation.
Yeah, but do you think they would really let him come in and go, all right, even though we're doing like some shit right now, we're just going to let you jump in and do whatever the fuck you want?
Oh God, I hope not. Because remember, the thing is, he's coming in at the end of Rebirth as well, so he can't ruin Rebirth. But he's coming in at the end of it, and God knows what he could do once this whole Doomsday Clock thing either ends or starts, wherever they decide he has free reign to
I
do.
think
I'm
they already know what's going to be happening after Rebirth. Like, it's already planned out. You know what I'm saying? Like, Rebirth's going to happen, and they're going to go, right, this is what's happening next. Like, I don't think there's any way he can just come in and go, this is my shit, I'm going to do this, or whatever.
Do we know? We don't know why he left, do we? Or we know?
No, I haven't heard it.
I just think they just don't have anyone there to kind of to whip people in order and keep things like in order, continuity, stuff like that. It's just all messed up because one writer's writing one thing, trying to put everything together since Secret Wars, and other people just Secret Wars was good, man. Secret Wars was really...
sorry. No, Secret Wars was good. I was thinking of Civil War 2. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Civil War 2 was whack, bro.
Sorry.
But then,
Rick.
So do we think that like,
Jonathan
Marvel's
Hickman
getting a
left,
bit too big now?
and then what's that?
Do you think that Marvel's getting a bit too big now in terms of what it can actually handle?
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. I just think that there's no one there that gives a F about what's going on. They just want to bring things out, bring people,
Money.
out. Money. Yeah, bring characters out, bring things out, and not actually,
Okay.
you know, care about the actual story or what people are interested in. They just want to. It's quantity rather than
Quality.
Quality, you know.
Okay.
So
That's
I think that's be heavily focused on the movies right now as well. Like, just think, well, let's just throw some movies out there and get everybody hyped on that. Fuck the comic books. Nobody cares about that anymore. It's a dead art, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
No, I'm not. I love a good comic book. I'm
No, man, I love
born
it.
and raised on the pages of animation. Okay? You can quote me on that.
Shit, where's Josh gone?
No!
What? Alright, for those of you who are listening, Josh has just ducked out.
He's
He
left.
has just bailed.
He's done what my man just did. He's gone to DC. He's just left Marvel.
did a Brian.
And then
He'll be back though. Just give it a minute and we'll be back. This is
technical difficulty.
obviously some of our podcasts will be in person, so
Yeah.
whatever. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yay, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah, I'm back. I need to reconnect my headphones.
You do.
Totally keeping that in, by the way, when you're editing.
Yeah.
Magic! It's gone. I'm gone. I'm back. Hurrah, hooray.
For those of you who mind, first he was here,
Now he's there.
now he's here.
For
Right
me, he's
there.
there. Rich is there, and you're there.
Each was there, right? And now she's here.
Can we talk about the movies that are coming up right now? Like, coming up. Like, so we've got Thor Ragnarok that dropped. I know you two have seen
Has
it.
any of you guys
Seeing
seen
it on
it yet?
Friday.
No.
I'm seeing it on Friday. This
seeing
Friday,
it.
I'm seeing it.
I'm seeing it soon.
Yeah, I'll see it eventually when I've got time. I say this for every film and I never watch it. I don't know
Be
what's
real
going
with
on.
these two.
I will see it soon. Technically,
You guys
it's my
are missing
birthday
out,
today,
man.
so if anybody wants to sponsor me, comic book fund, going to see stuff money, that's fine. I'm happy.
Yeah, we can sponsor.
Yeah. Rich is sponsoring me.
When do you want to see it?
Now. No, I'm joking.
I know you want to, like,
anytime.
obviously go cinema.
Friday.
I know you, like, want to go cinema to see these things. And I'm just saying there are, like, ways without you going to the cinema.
Fuck the ways.
Nah, there isn't.
The whole thing is cinema experience.
Yes.
It doesn't look good.
That's why I get upset when I don't see it in the cinema and I watch it that way.
Popcorn. You know, when you go to the cinema, you have to do this thing. You have to get a big sweet whatever popcorn you like. But if you don't like sweet popcorn, then you're a terrorist. And then you
Like
put
so.
like, and then you put like
It's a bit extreme.
minstrels and M&Ms in the popcorn and shake it around. It's a delectable delight of sweetie sweetness. My tip.
Maybe.
My
Don't really
tip.
like mixing popcorn with stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
How
Might
to
get
get
extra small
diabetes
and try it out.
101.
Or do a large one.
I just need a pack of these crispy M&Ms.
Crispy
Buy them now at your local store for £1. Unless you go to Morrison's and you get bumped, they charge like £1.90 or £2 something for them. Go to the newsagent, bruv. You will find these ones. They always got the old shit in stock.
Feel free to send Josh M&Ms, please. I beg of you.
Crispy M&Ms, fam.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Thor Ragnarok. Rich, you're saying it's a good film.
Hang on a sec.
Yeah.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Okay.
That's testy.
That was terrible. I loved it. I love you like that. That's amazing. What other films? Go, yes, but Rich, you're saying it's a good film. Why is it a good film?
Yeah, it's a good film. I enjoyed it. It's a lot different than the other two Thor films. It's more closer to Guardians in the aspect of comedy. I don't know. I think if you've watched Taika Waititi's previous films, you wouldn't be too bothered about the comedy because you would have kind of expected it.
Yeah.
I like his films, so.
But yeah, I mean, he's a great director, and I do like his films also. But it's a big change.
Rich is
Really?
like, no, don't like too much funny
But-
shit.
It's good. It's definitely top 5 5 Marvel films, and there's been like 18 of them, I think.
Is it in 18 now?
Wow.
Yeah, something
We're not
like that.
counting
It's probably
Daredevil
more than
or
that, man.
Elektra
No, not including those ones,
No.
bad.
or Green Lantern.
That's DC, isn't it?
Is it DC?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well,
Hal Jordan
we're just
part
not
of the
putting it
Justice
in the
League.
I've been
universe.
making mistakes like that. Edit that shit out.
Yeah, we're gonna look like amateurs. We know what we're talking
Well, I'm
about.
not. I didn't say it, Isha.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
One represents all
I'm sorry.
with the source wall. Oh my god, that rhymed.
Yay!
I like it. Write it
That
down.
should be our slogan.
It's,
Write it down.
it's been
I
recorded.
gotta say, what was it? One represents all with the source wall.
We're the source wall.
It don't matter if you don't remember it. Recording
Write
it.
it down.
Da, 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 da.
Write that ish down.
I feel like this.
Call me your rhyming hero.
But yeah, what other films are
So yeah, you guys should go and see it.
Okay.
Seeing it Friday.
We're going Friday.
Nice.
Mm,
Everyone's looking forward to Black Panther, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Like I said before, I wasn't hyped after the first teaser. Seen this cast list in every trailer ever since the first Transformers film came out. And then the second trailer, or the first trailer, whatever it is, I was gassed on that one. I said
like how you
the
love
other
this.
day, I was like, he is a bit like, they're trying to do him like he's a bit like Black Iron Man, but it was still gangster. I was like, yeah, boy, I'm going to see this.
Yes. Like, Black Panther's going to be extinction level event. I don't think they understand the the magnitude of what this film is going to bring in, but they're about to. So that's going to be fun. I think every black person and anybody who's loved Black Panther in comics anyway is just going to be there. So
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's one of the reasons why it's probably going to be one of the biggest Marvel films out.
yeah, definitely.
I think everyone's going to want to see it. Yeah.
I just said that I wasn't excited to see. I was joking, by the way, just
Okay.
to clarify that.
Don't joke like that, okay? People,
Serious, man, it's serious.
you've got fans now. They're looking up to you, okay?
Hey man, I'm gonna be controversial. I'm gonna be the one in the group who's just gonna get drunk and do some ill shit.
You're gonna be the Bobby Brown of the group. Why?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got.
Be tearing up comic books that are like worth ill amounts of money just because what the fuck.
That's blasphemous.
I'm really not gonna do that.
Okay, no, I know you wouldn't. You love them too much. And we've got Star Wars.
that's
Star Wars in December. People.
Yep, got my ticket for that already.
I,
So
but I need to.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I need to.
It's going to be good, man.
Fingers
Although
wagging, fam, man.
I'm not. It's the trailer though. It didn't really
You didn't go,
excite me.
oh shit. You didn't
Yeah.
get
Nah.
as well, you ain't got from like the last one. Obviously, it was like coming back after 1 million Zimbabwe years, and we're like, oh shit, this person. Oh shit, it's this person. Like that's the hype.
Yeah. The hype was
When
gone.
you think about it, even when the prequels came out and people were excited for them, forget that people don't like them or whatever. When you heard episode 1 was coming out, everyone was gassed for episode 1, and you were like, oh shit, it's gonna be Darth Vader as a kid. But with episode 7, you got, oh shit, these are all the people that we saw from the first film later. So it was like, oh shit, we're gonna see Han Solo. Oh shit, we're gonna see Luke at the end of the film. Oh shit, we're gonna see Leia. Do you know what I'm saying? But now we've seen that, so like, and I already know
Hype's
Luke's gonna
gone.
be in it. You know what I'm saying? There's no hype. They're just trying to drop these little twists, trying to give you red herrings and all that. You know, who's talking about what? Obviously, this audio is from another scene, Bane over, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not hyped. I'm not hyped from the trailer, but I'm hyped for this Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just hyped from the possibility of the story because I kind of want Kylo Ren and Rey to switch places. I kind of want her to go bad.
I think that's going to happen.
yes, that's what I think is gonna happen. That is exactly what I think is gonna happen.
I kind of want.
She's
that to happen.
gonna go dark because she's all old and shit. She was like, you know,
She's young, man.
What?
you're supposed to be learning. You're supposed to be learning this from birth or whatever, or something like that. And she's like, what is she? 20? Is she
Yeah.
20? She's 20. Let's say she's 20. And whereas Kylo Ren was actually, his thing is that he's not struggling with the dark side. He's dark and he's struggling with the light side. That's a different take. And he's blatantly gonna go. He ain't gonna kill his mum. I'll be surprised if he kills his mum.
I think Rey's gonna kill his mum.
Yeah, that would be sick. Like I'll just straight love that movie if he does that.
I don't like her as it is. I don't know.
You don't like her?
No. I'm just.
Ray.
Yeah, I like Kylo Ren. I don't know why. I feel like he's a good guy.
Because he's the hero. That's why you don't know it yet. But he's the hero. That's why you like him.
There you go. As long as BB-8 is there, I'm pretty much there. Josh has disappeared. Where did he go? Josh.
Richard, you got a tail.
Boy, that's Kermit. So fun. Kermit the Frog.
You
Looks
got
like it,
a
innit?
cat. I'm so excited. Rich has a cat, people. Is it a black cat or a tabby cat or?
Oh, the cat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Sakura.
Sakura-chan.
Look at that little face. Hi.
Wanwa Sakura.
Oh, he's purring. I can't deal.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Yeah, she's purring.
Yeah. Oh wait.
I remember Monty.
Monty? Who's Monty?
No, that wasn't your cat's name. Benson, sorry.
Benson. Yeah.
Oh, you had a cat named
Benson.
Benson.
Was my
I liked Benson.
Yeah.
I bet we might be done.
Sad. Is he back?
Josh, where are you going?
Right. There's other news as well that we got to address. You guys know this, right?
What's the news?
We need to address the possibilities of Disney purchasing Fox.
Yeah.
I am black.
Asian space. Did you not know this?
What's that?
No.
You did not know this. Oh, how did you not know this? This is huge. There's two big things happening right now. Brian Michael Bendis and Disney purchasing Fox.
I've been kind of.
Is that what I missed? Yeah. Oh yeah, Disney and Fox thing.
Yes.
I saw it, but I didn't really read into it.
Well,
so I think
Disney
they
needs to
were
purchase Warner Brothers. That's what they
I
need
don't
to
think
do.
it's going to happen though. I don't think.
Yeah.
negotiations have stopped apparently.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it might happen, you know. I think it might happen. But
Is that why Brian left? Because
they're not buying all of it. That's the thing. They're not going to purchase all of it. I think they're purchasing part, or they're looking to purchase part of it. But they won't get like the sports and the news and things
I think
like
they
that.
I think they just want the movie bit.
Yeah.
So they can have
and Sky.
bring Fantastic Four home and bring X-Men home.
If they bring X-Men and Fantastic Four home, the Infinity War is going to be existentially
It wouldn't be in time for that. I would doubt it would be in time for that. It would be like after that's done, they would just be there. You know? I think it'll be afterwards.
Please purchase Fox, and then can I audition to play Storm? Just putting it out there in the universe, people. Just there you go. Just letting you know. Shaved head, it's cool.
Look, yeah. All I want is a decent Cyclops. That isn't so much to ask. I had enough from when I was little. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Wolverine." I'm like, "Fuck Wolverine, Cyclops, man."
Yeah.
You got the most
people in
interesting
those
story.
movies were good. That were Wolverine and Professor X. That was it. Everybody else was redundant. They were.
I think Rogue was my biggest disappointment because I was such a huge fan of Rogue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rogue as well.
Big disappointment.
There's
Like,
three main women. Three.
Her character in that film was pretty much like early Key Pride or Jubilee in the cartoons.
Yeah.
Or Skits or Boom Boom.
Yeah.
Have them.
the
Like,
thing is,
have Rogue as a big woman. Hold on,
I don't rate any of those films.
she didn't even necessarily need to be a big woman. My beef was just her character. She didn't need to be over flirty like Rogue is, because like in X-Men Evolution cartoon, they didn't make her over flirty. My thing is, it's just how
She needed the accent, man.
Yeah.
she didn't have the accent.
That as well.
No, she needed to be a big woman.
She was just
The hair
crap.
was bugged.
There are three
Yeah.
main hard-ass, bitch-ass women in X-Men. Rogue, fucking Jean, and Storm. You need the three soldiers.
You know,
Key
I
Pride
didn't
was
like
pretty badass as well.
Yeah, she was, but she started off as a young kid, and then, you know what I mean? She grew up,
Yeah.
but I didn't like young Rogue. It just didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. Because then you
They
just
should've had a
you took
Storm
out
to enjoy a
Gambit.
little
You
bit.
could have had Gambit in there because them two are a love interest, and then Wolverine and fucking Jean. And
They
then,
just-
yeah, no.
They focused way too much on Wolverine. I think Cyclops didn't get a chance to shine. He probably could have been really good.
Yeah. Storm
And
didn't
they
fly.
killed him off. They killed him off in the worst way, fam.
Yeah,
What was that full thing? He's
That
like,
film was
I had enough
disgraceful.
film. I'm going to be someone else in Superman Returns. Ciao.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't stick to the comic book and you're just like, we're just going to go willy-nilly and then murder everybody and then be like, oh, wait, we have to go back in time and bring everybody back. It's just, why?
See, for me, why I think Cyclops works is one, because he was all good. His girlfriend dies. He marries her clone.
A clone.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he leaves back with Jean. Then you've got the fact that Cable's his fucking son, and they're obviously doing the dead and all that stuff. Then you've got the whole he killed Professor X. Yeah, he's got like bare deep stuff in his thing that you can choose from. I think he works, and I think because
He's a boss, man.
Cyclops, the leader. Yeah, and because he's like the leader, it works like, for that team dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Whereas who's this, Wolverine that just comes in and then he's suddenly the main guy, even though I'm the leader. Yeah, well,
Yeah, nah, that's the problem with it. That's why I don't rate any of them, man.
No.
I seriously don't rate any of those films. They're just
You
kind
go
of
in on how much you don't like those movies.
you just watch them and they're just there, really.
The worst
Background
one-
noise while you're
which
washing
one
up,
for you
yeah.
lot- which one for you lot each is like the worst one out of that whole franchise? Like for you lot,
Wolverine Origins.
Wolverine Origins.
Yeah,
Oh, the
obvious-
bone claws.
Obviously that one.
I didn't like any of them. Even when the first one came out, when they came out in all black, do you know how much I love
Yeah.
the costume? I was like, I can't wait to see what this costume is going to look like. And they just all came out in the same thing.
Yeah,
Don't you hate
levered up.
Serious.
It reminded me of
You hate it
Catwoman,
when
man.
they slap you in the face with that stuff. Like you just brought something to my attention because I didn't even notice they did it twice. Now they were like, "Oh, what did you expect? Yellow spandex? Expect
Yeah.
yellow spandex?" And we're like, "What are
was
you
like,
doing?
yeah, of
Spandex
course we
is sick." And then
we was expecting
to add
yellow
insult to
spandex.
to add insult to injury in that stupid apocalypse movie. That's my worst one, by the way.
I haven't even seen that yet.
We're
Don't
not,
waste
we're,
your
Why
time.
am I going to
we're
waste
not
my
even
time?
going to talk about
Exactly.
What's your
the fate.
look? It's when they
Power
they go to
Rangers
see
character.
Empire Strikes Back. Is that the third one? They go to see one of the
What?
Star Wars movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they go see one of the Star Wars, and then they're like, "Well, we all know that the third movie is usually the worst, and that's the third movie
Return
out
of
of
the
the
Jedi.
new ones, and it's oh my days." Like
No.
that's
It's bad. It's all
I was
shit.
so when I saw the end of Days of Future Past, and then they had Apocalypse doing his thing. I was like, "Oh shit, they're gonna do X-Men Apocalypse," and then so I was looking forward to this movie. And then I saw it, I was like, "All right, this movie's shit."
I knew
I
it was
remember
going
being
to be
in the
terrible.
cinema just waiting for something to happen,
No.
and nothing happened.
No.
No.
I walked out
And
angry.
all that bit at the end with Quicksilver, when Quicksilver could
That
have,
scene.
yeah, when he
No spoilers. Even though I'm never going to watch it.
Oh my days!
Oh come
Okay,
on!
go on.
You need to
Spoil-
talk about this.
spoil.
Man.
I don't give a shit. I'm not watching this film anyway, so you can spoil away.
How can you say no
Alright.
spoilers for X-Men Apocalypse, man? Jeez, come on, man.
It's
So
just-
anyway, when he could have told or said to Magneto that he's his son. Anyway, let's move on. It's a different subject, man. Yeah.
Fantastic Four. It would be nice if Disney buys Fox, so we can get a nice Fantastic Four movie to see Reed Richards and Tony Stark and Bruce Banner just going at it, or even Hank Pym as well. Just
and then
kind
they
of.
can bring back a proper fucking version of Silver Surfer. Because I refuse to believe that Galactus is a cloud. Just putting it out there.
Oh God, no.
That's what they always do in these films, isn't it? Why is everyone a cloud? Like,
It's because they can't afford to do it. I don't. Even...
yeah, but look how much CG they put into the clouds. Like, just do something like that. I swear, doing realistic clouds is like harder than doing like a fucking model with like some nice textures. Delicious.
There you go.
Not 1995 anymore, people.
There you go.
Do you know all I want to see?
Time for technology.
All I want to see is a Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom film,
Oh.
Triumph and Torment. That's all I want to see. That could be the first one out of the bag. Origin story for Doom, and it could piggyback the origin story for the Fantastic Four.
There you go.
And that's all I need.
I just want to see Thanos, who I'm still slightly worried about. Love you, Josh Brolin. Still worried. But I just want to see Thanos kind of defeat everybody, which he's going to do anyway because he's Thanos. I don't want to hear that fucking Doctor Strange like fucked him up, because it's inconceivable. I want to see Silver Surfer come down and him have that fight in that comic book. I just want to see that fight. I want to see that fight. I'm upset.
That's the one. Festo, Strange, Doom, that's it.
I never even heard of it until you brought it up the other day, and I read the synopsis. I was like, shit, this sounds sick.
Yeah, it is sick, and it kind of it's Doctor Doom all over. That's why he's my favourite character / villain. Although I don't think he's a villain.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's your lot's favourite villain, by the way?
He's arrogant, yeah, but you know, he's sick.
I'm just showing you that because it's sick.
All he wants is his mum back. Really.
That's all they ever want, is their mum or their girlfriend back.
He's Batman. Is he Batman? Is that what you're saying?
Martha.
No, not that bad.
I wasn't even thinking about that reference. I was just thinking about...
Are we excited for Justice League? Are we excited?
Have you not seen Return of the Joker, the animated movie?
Oh,
I was going to say you went mad silent. I was like, no, I'm done. Like,
of course. I watched the cut one, the uncut one.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the uncut one.
The animated universe, I've seen it. Anything that's in that continuity, I've seen it. Every episode, every movie.
Is that the one where... That's not the one where it's the animated one and he's Robin. And
so Tim Drake grew up. Tim Drake, where we know it's blatantly Jason Todd, but anyway. Tim Drake grew up, became...
But you can't call him blatantly Jason Todd, because...
Have you watched it? His origin story is blatantly Jason Todd.
Yeah. But that's what they do in it. They mash the characters together because they've got tropes from like both of them. Like,
so he's not in the...
He looks like Tim Drake.
He's not in the animated universe then. Jason Todd isn't in that continuity.
No, he's not in that continuity. It was only Tim Drake and Dick Grayson.
And then obviously Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, Barbara Gordon. But I was just gonna say, like, where obviously it shows the flashback of when the Joker kidnaps Tim.
Yeah,
and then obviously he tortures him and Tim tells him everything. And then Joker's like, turns out you're nothing but a scared little boy crying out for mummy. That was it. Anyway, that was my reference to Doctor Doom anyway. Like,
okay, yeah.
Just to let you know, we've been on the phone for an hour, just so you know.
Yeah, we need to wrap this up anyway. Guys, sorry. I got, patrolling to do.
Quickly, who are you lot's favourite villain? Because Rich was saying Doctor Doom.
Favourite villain?
Yeah.
He's my favourite hero, not villain.
Oh, he's your favourite hero?
Yeah, he's my favourite hero.
You mean
Mr. Fantastic is a cunt.
So who's your favourite villain and
my
hero
favourite
then?
villain.
Mr. Fantastic, ultimate Mr. Fantastic is a villain.
Yeah, he is actually.
He's called, what's he called again? Mr.
The
something?
Maker.
Yeah, the Maker. He's fucking nuts. He's got problems.
Josh,
Mad problems.
who's your favourite?
Yeah. I don't know who my favourite is.
We'll come back. I would have to say, I'm not going to say, I would say Joker, but that's too obvious.
That's what I had. That's what I've got.
I'm not even going to say him. I would either say Magneto or Doctor Doom, one of those two, because again, they're that thing where they're not really villains.
Yeah. Anti-heroes, as they would like to be called. Yes, anti-heroes.
I sometimes think that if we were in a situation with Professor X and Magneto, I'll be riding with Magneto. Like,
you rebel, you rebel. I think mine's like
I don't know.
Spawn and Thanos. Go on.
Yeah, I don't know. I do like it when good guys are bad or represent bad. Like Superman in Injustice, I like him. Like, that he's a dick. But he's like, I'm like, yeah,
He's
man.
got problems
like,
as well.
Really, he can be a bad man and just like have people up. That's what would happen if he was like. But I tell you, I do like Reverse Flash. I think he's just like after Jeff Jones come in. Yeah, after Jeff Jones come in and like done the whole Flashpoint and everything. Like I like the fact that there's like if you kill him, he's still there because he's like outside of time. He's in his own thing. You might have killed the version of him. Like even like when he came back in Blackest Night, he was a version that Barry killed back in like the Silver Age. And it was like, it was that version that died then, is the one that came back at Blackest Night. And I was like, oh, snap. I was just like, yeah. I like how like his thing works. Like, you can't get rid of him.
See, that kind of thing works for Brian Michael Bendis because he don't give a shit about continuity. that kind of thing is good for, you know?
He should then just write Reverse Flash. Like, that should be his thing.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's maybe what he's going to do.
Do that, fuck that shit up, run back in time. Problem solved.
There you go.
Oh, something fucked up, run back in time, run into the future. Problem solved.
Amazing. Okay, so this has been our first...
favourite villain. Wait, Isha, your turn.
Mine's Spawn and Thanos. Only because Spawn is...
Isha, you should be reading Thanos. It's a new comic out at the moment. I think it's like issue 10 or something at the moment, or 12.
Okay.
I'll definitely recommend that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good, man. It's really good.
Go on.
He loses his powers, and basically his son is pissed with him. So it's kind of Thanos trying to survive without his powers, and his son getting a team to basically take him out.
Because they had ones where Thanos, like, he'd done everything that he'd always wanted to do, and then he started to get like regret. But in these ones, like the ones I read before, that he didn't have a son, he just like, he was on a planet, he was like, all right, so I fucked up.
Gardening.
Yeah, I fucked up everybody, like, imaginable. What do I do now? Like, and he's just like, I'm having some Zen time. Like, so I read this, but I need to read that one, so that'd be interesting. Yay! But yeah, that Thanos is a bad man.
I think the run is finished now, though. But you can probably get a trade pretty soon.
Okay.
It's Jeff Lemire.
I fucking love Jeff Lemire.
Yeah, Jeff, he's sick, man. Jeff Lemire.
Please tell me Andrea Sorrentino did the art.
No, Mike Diodato.
Yes.
But the art is good in it still. It's still good art in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely recommend that for you.
Okay. 3 recommendations from everybody. Go.
What's that?
3 recommendations from everybody. A TV show, a comic, and a film.
Alright.
TV show, like a film.
Alright.
They don't have to be of this year.
Comic,
They can be anything.
I would say anything in the metal run right now, because DC's killing the metal. That story is banging.
You've been reading all of it, yeah?
I'm reading all of it. Come on.
Yeah, I'm reading all of it. I'm missing a few, but Rebirth as a whole, I think like even the stories that aren't like whoa, they're like not shit. They're just like, okay, yeah, that's all right.
Kind of there.
Yeah, I've been watching. They contribute. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling that right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on it, and it does sound pretty sick, man. I like the way that they're kind of introducing all the different types of Batmans on there, and they're
Metal is my favourite comic book thing that's going on like this year, like of 2017. Metal is like my favourite right now, like out of the whole year. I don't care what they've got coming next. Metal is it. Like,
Okay.
So
Metal's dope. And I just like that of all that's happening in metal. Like I'm understanding how it all ties into Rebirth. Like even if I haven't read everything and I'm not caught up, like they've just tied everything together. Good. That's basically what they've done. Like the way that they've gone. Oh yeah. My thing that I like is that it's connected to everything that they've done before. So the new 52, everything before that, and it's just like you just made the whole multiverse make sense. Because it's like if you step away for a time and then you come back in and you're like, what's going on? And something new started, and then you start catching into that, and then it ends, and then something new starts. You're like, Why? Why does it keep singing? So Rebirth, that I was starting to get into the New 52. So I was like, right, let me get on this New 52. I'll get onto it. I started reading Bear of the Batman. Batman had a good run in New 52. But then when they switched it up on Rebirth, I was like, why are you switching up again? Then I read Rebirth and I was like, I'm feeling this. Let's do it. Then Metal came out and I was just like, fuck DC.
Yeah. I was just happy that they brought back Wally West, like, and I'm talking about redhead, green eyes and freckles Wally West. Like, that is my dude. He was the Flash when I was growing up.
Aww.
So I was happy for that with Rebirth. Yeah. I had some idiot on some forum try to tell me I was a sellout because I preferred that Wally West as opposed to
Barry Allen.
And I was like, no, you're a dickhead. Basically, what it is that you shouldn't have to change the race of a character. If you want black characters, just make new characters. The race doesn't need to be changed.
That's what I keep saying all the time. Even though I ain't got a problem with it, I like how they handle it in the thing. It's like both of them are there. They kind of don't know what it is that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like there was the one with the button when Jay Garrick comes back and he's like, Barry's like,
oh yeah, that was good. That was sick. The button.
And he's like, just remember me. I'm Jay. And for me, he was gone. And then he was like, remember me like you remembered Wally. And he's like, sorry, bruv.
That wasn't his conductor. He needed a different conductor.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I like how that's all connecting. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't know what's going on, we don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick,
that's my comic recommendation.
Okay.
What about movie and what's that movie and TV show? Because we've got to wrap it up. Josh,
TV show. Oh yeah, movie. I don't know. I will just suggest things that are coming out because I haven't seen anything, so I can't recommend anything movie wise. TV show. I have to say, I'm feeling this season of Arrow. I'm quite feeling.
Seriously, I'm episodes behind. Is it good?
I feel like they're getting back on rhythm, and I am feeling this John Diggle Green Arrow.
No spoilers. I'm a couple episodes behind, man. Sorry.
Just about to spoil it.
I've got episode. You must be on that episode 1 or something.
Yes, I'm on episode 1.
But you need to jump in. All I'm saying is, this season of Arrow, they're doing something. Even the way it's shot, like like in Daredevil, they've got like very cinematic. You know, all the action shots are like really like do it in a one shot down the corridor and stuff like that. Even though Green Arrow's got like a much smaller budget than Daredevil, one of the scenes that they do, basically, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm just going to say it's a fight that's like outside the car, then it's inside the car, and it's a banging fight. And there is some new ways. Again, no spoilers or whatever. I'll just say there's this one bit where Green Arrow jumps off the top of a building, and they use Black Canary to use her voice to propel him to the next building. That was at the beginning of the episode, and I went, I was like, no! I said, now you're starting to do comic book shit. Like, everyone's come with their like new costumes or whatever, and don't get me started on Mr. Terrific. I'm loving him, bro.
I'm loving Mr. Terrific. He's sick. He's sick.
Bro,
so sick.
Like I said to Isha the other day, I would just want to know, like, how he gets his hair done so quick. They're like, suit up.
For real, though.
And he's got the cane rose, bro. I was like, his teeth is just going.
How does that work, by the way? How does that work? How's he got an afro, and by the time he comes out, it's all in plaits?
I don't know. But he started wearing it in a bun now. He started wearing it in a bun.
Oh, see. Okay.
Maybe
His hairstylist has had enough. She's like, no, I can't work with Mr. Miles.
I can't actually do my hair in like. We already have to sit there and believe that they get these suits on in like very quick. And you know that really like. They need to like in a line and do each other like this. You do me. That hair ain't good.
Yes, that's silly.
But yeah, that's my recommendation.
Red Hood, go.
Me, if I was to pick a comic book at the moment, I'll probably pick Batman White Knight, even though I've only read issue 1.
Okay.
Is that what?
Yeah. Actually, I got issue 2.
I got issue 2. Yeah, I got that in the post yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I haven't read that yet.
It's
sick.
pretty good, man.
It's so sick. Like the writing is done really. It's really. I can't remember who wrote it, but it's really well written. And the whole thing, like in the beginning, you see like the Joker just like it. Look when you're reading it, it's like the Joker's running havoc through Gotham.
You want to give a quick summary for anyone that doesn't know?
Basically, I was going to say, like, basically, the Joker is running through Gotham, and Batman is chasing him. But the way Batman is doing it, that's the one. The way Batman is doing it, he's like he just doesn't give a shit about the people or the buildings around him, and he's running his big ass Batmobile on rooftops.
Yeah,
he did something to a woman. I can't remember what he did. I can't remember, but he's just not. He's not like looking after Gotham. His focus is like
to kill Joker.
Joker.
Yeah. And then when he catches the Joker, the Joker breaks into like this medical facility, and he wants these pills because he's like, he knows that he's broken and these pills can fix me. And then and then everyone's there: Commissioner Gordon, Nightwing, Batgirl, and the GCPD, and they witness him literally shove these pills down the Joker's throat, and nobody does anything about it. They just watch Batman do it. And then later on, the Joker is basically coming with a lawyer, and he's like, I'm suing you, I want to sue Batman, I'm an ill man, and you just basically assaulted me, and all I wanted to do was get some help. And it's so sick. And he's not even going by the Joker anymore, he's going by Jack Napier. He's all healthy, he's fit.
Old school Batman. Remember Batman the film?
So sick.
Yeah,
it was so well written. So it's like it shows the way it is in current time. And because in the beginning, you see the Joker, you see the Batmobile roll up. This is in like current time, and this dude gets out. You're like, who the fuck is this? And then he goes into Arkham. You see Batman in there, and I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? And then it shows the flashback. It's really well written. It's so good. The artwork is really good as well. That's my comic book thing for now.
TV show.
I can't wait to finish it too. For movies, does that have to be current? Yeah.
No, it doesn't have to be current.
All right then. If we're kind of superhero movies, I'm just gonna say like Captain America: Civil War, because I think before that, like after that, they're just kind of like not as good. Captain America: not Civil War. What am I talking about?
Winter Soldier. I was about to say.
That's what I was thinking, because Winter Soldier is my favorite.
Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie. Winter Soldier is so sick. It was like a nice spy movie.
Fight scenes were amazing.
It has the best superhero
espionage, action, everything. It was good, man.
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
You could think of it. You wouldn't think of it and just go, comic book film.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. It's completely different.
It's great.
That's like my favorite.
That could have easily been about a spy who discovers that the agency he's working for is a bit shifty. It's just a sick movie. TV shows, again, I'm behind on everything, but I'm just going to say Stranger Things, because
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
I haven't finished it yet. I'm only on episode 1.
Spoilers.
But
as someone who
I'm actually about to watch 2 episodes.
I've watched all of it.
After I'm talking to you guys, I'm actually going to go watch 2 episodes while I eat my dinner. But my days is so sick. Just going nuts right now.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I will agree with that as well.
Yes.
Stranger Things. Forgot about that. Even though I just watched it like 3 days ago.
that shit's on point. Like, I just love it. That's me for my 3 shows right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, 3 things. What about you guys?
I'd recommend 4. 700. Basically, it's War 4. Without spoiler, basically there's a third Thor for some reason. He's got the ultimate hammer, basically. And the way he gets it is pretty deep. I really don't.
I've read this.
Yeah, I really don't want to spoil it, but
read it. Don't spoil it.
So basically something really bad happens, and this guy's just he's just up for it. He's up for anything, man. And Thor's still sulking about not being worthy. Jane, she's kind of her cancer's taken to the worst, so basically she can't really revert back to Jane Foster, otherwise she could die, basically. And what happened? So yeah, she just can't change back, and something is going on where it kind of brings them all together, and an old villain comes back, and that's how it kind of finishes. But yeah, it's Jason Aaron. His run has been just immaculate throughout the whole Thor. His whole Thor run has just been crazy good. If you're not reading it, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
The second one. Oh yeah, okay. Another one, actually.
DC Metal. I actually have to go, guys.
Okay.
Like, it's getting. Do you want to finish real quick?
Okay.
Yeah. The only other thing I'd recommend is Mr. Miracle, DC comic, Tom King, sick, and Thor the movie, latest thing I've seen, plus Stranger Things. Yeah, like I said, Stranger Things. That's it.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Anything from Image Comics right now is making me wet. Great. East of West, fucking Revival, fucking. That's not Image Comics, but anyway. What do you call it? Yeah, East of West is my favorite.
Legacy, so start reading that.
Image Comics, because it's just great. It's about just great death and life and birth, and it's amazing. And the artwork is just beautiful. Anyway, TV show, definitely Stranger Things or Star Trek.
Definitely Star Trek.
Kind of good.
Oh yeah, Star Trek.
Star Trek.
I haven't watched it this week.
I'm kind of a bit weirded out because obviously it's supposed to be before Kirk. But anyway, we won't go into that. Whatever. That's for another podcast. Star Trek. And then TV show. I really love watching the old school Spawns because they're just great, and I don't know why they haven't brought them back. That's just my little nostalgic TV show that I love to watch. But yeah, yay!
Can I just quickly say one thing before you go, Kay? Concerning Star Trek Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard today, apparently, it's supposed to be kind of like an anthology. So by the end of season 1, apparently all this Klingon thing should wrap up, and then the next season will be something totally.
Yeah, that's what I heard when they done their press release, like a finger. But I thought it wasn't going to be like per season. I thought it was going to be like every 1 to 2 episodes.
Right.
It would, because obviously with the format that shows are in now, they're like nearly an hour long or whatever, and you could kind of tell a story in that time. So it would be like this captain on this journey or this, and because it would be going to different ones, sometimes it might come back to someone that we've already been to. But obviously they've gone with this whole series thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling it. That the one thing I had was just about the technology being like way more advanced than what it is in the fish. But
we'll let that slide.
Yeah. You got to let it slide because you can't have big ass buttons on small ass screens and
yes, you can
scan lines and stuff like that, like in the old.
Well, they done it in the film. They made it work in the film.
They did. Oh, those things are so sweet. Bless, they tried.
Yeah, with a lot of lens flare.
But yes, The Sourcewall, our first podcast. Amazing.
First podcast.
Thank you
what we should
for
do on the
joining
next one? Maybe go into these 3 things a little bit more detail.
Yes.
If anyone's on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good idea to do. By which time I would have read issue 2.
Yeah,
we could plan an upgrade for episode issue 1. This is number 0.
Everybody's homework.
Let's call them their issues from now on. Yeah.
Okay.
Issue 1, issue 2, issue 3. Bam, it's a thing.
There you go. Bish bash bosh. Okay.
Alright, everyone. The Sourcewall.
Live long and prosper.